G'day, welcome to the next episode of Stitch Up Adventure in Planet Coaster. So, in the fourth episode, we did a few more things of fleshing out this beach area. I think I relocated the little tent area over to this section on the grass, so it's up a little bit, and then you can see down into the beach. Previously, that was sort of, I reckon, covering up the beach area, and you couldn't really see down there. I've also popped in a nice little pier with some more boats there, so it looks like they're sort of loading up, ready to go, or coming in, and the ride boat actually comes around and has a good look at it as well. So I think that's quite nice. I'm happy with that so far. We also went in and played with the waterfall, and that's been... Yeah, and that's just needs a little bit of tweaking, but again, we'll come back to that. Trying to find some good tutorials on waterfalls at the moment for the adventure, since the adventure pack came out, and I'm not super happy with some of the so-called tutorials on waterfalls. There's a couple there where people are stumbling through like me, saying it's a tutorial and how to build a waterfall. My theory is if you don't know, it's your first time playing with them, maybe don't label your video tutorial on how to make video. Just my thoughts. I'm sure some agree, I'm sure maybe some disagree. Cool. All right, well, what we're going to do now is really start to section off this area. So I had a bit of an idea. So I'm going to go into terraforming, and we are going to, I want this, as you walk in here, I don't want you to be able to see into this area. So we're going to just decrease the size, knock the intensity down a tiny bit, and just pull up the land just a little bit around here. Let's bring them both back up a tiny bit. Yeah, this is good. I realise it's cutting into my scenery items just there, but let me just bring this up along here because I want some height. And here I really want some height. And we're covering my trees, I understand. Just wait for me and I'll show you what I'm planning on doing here. So a little bit of variation, dips down, comes up. That's fine at the moment. Here, yeah, at the back. We're going to do something different just around here, so we'll leave that just for a moment. Cool. And now if I go to my roughen and knock it down a little bit, what I'm hoping to do is just knock down my intensity, really knock my size down. And I'm hoping to create some of these jagged rocks in just various areas. And I kind of like the idea. This gives me this kind of King Kong feeling where the rocks are all a little bit alien. Yeah, the landscape's just a bit foreign, and it reminds them of another world. And I guess this is the idea when you go to these, or when you're coming around to this area, that you want to feel like it's a real foreign sort of area. So once I've got a bit of that happening, and I want some overhang happening here, so let me see if I can pull that out across. Yeah, I want the rocks to overhang here a little bit, and especially here. Yeah. And let me go back to roughen and turn it right down again. Let's see if I can't make some interesting angles across here. And of course we'll pop in some foliage in there as well, and that should really help with that. Hang on. Turn the size up a tiny bit, and the intensity right up. And let's see. Yeah, this is getting there. Yeah, this is correct. Changing the shape up a little bit. And let's see if we can't just push this down a bit and get back some of our scenery items. So what do we have there? I'm sure we had, here we go. I'm sure we had a few items there. We might fix that up in just a sec. Yes, we definitely want the land to still be there. So should I flatten to foundation and rock and roll about here so that these guys are, let me try flatten to surface, intensity right down, and try, this is going to be, not sure if I should have done this just so close around that scenery. This might have been a little bit of an error. Flatten the foundation, try, can I bring that up with shift? No. go flatten to surface. It brings it all up a tiny bit. I'm trying to bring it up a little bit here. This is kind of working. Intensity down, size right down, just for the moment. See if I can't make that a little bit like this. Fill it in a bit. Ooh, getting somewhere. Ooh, definitely getting somewhere. Okay, that's good. That's all right. I still want it to be beachy though, don't I? Yeah. So, let me see. Let me try and bring it up a tiny bit. Ooh, yeah. She needs to come right up. So, what am I doing here? Trying to find a level where it needs to come up to. And just pop her in there. But again, I need to make sure that these guys are underground a bit. Try pushing. Might have to replace some of this scenery. I think, yeah, we're gonna have to replace a bit of it, I think, just unless I can get this to rock and roll. And if I can pull it up a tiny bit, drop the intensity a bit, and just see if we can't just cover these guys. Ooh. Do you know what? That's not too bad. And I think we've lost a bit of our beach theming. So for the moment, let me go back to sand and see if I can't... I think we need better sand than that though. We want more yellow sand. Rock, sand, rock, sand. What's that? Intensity, size. That's not really the sand I want. That's better. But I don't want it on those raised rocks. So if I just put it here. Look, this kind of works. I might have to come back to this and have a little look at it. But this is the idea. And yeah, I don't mind that at all. I like that they come around and it's a little bit hidden as they come around the corner, and then they can sort of see there's a bit of a scene being set here. So we'll do some focal points for the guests to have a look at as well. Yeah, might just make a few changes before we go and do all that though. Okay, back to terrain editing. And if I look at... So we're going to pull it up a bit, size up. We'll pull it up here. A bit of an idea that would make this part raised as well. Coming out of the bamboo forest, these guys are going to be raised. We do want sections that are slightly taller than the rest, so we can raise them up a bit more. Yeah, and other sections that are a bit lower as well. And then if we go to a roughen, or is it chisel? No, it's roughen. What do we got here? Create some craggly kind of bits along here. Get a real kind of, should roughen the existing rocks, but nothing too even. Ooh, yeah, that's better. I sort of like that. Just be careful here because we don't want to spend all the time killing that terrain area. Yeah, you can tell I really need some practice with my terrain editing tools. That's full disclosure, absolutely. I don't mind that the tree's covered up a little bit, but we might just drop him a tiny bit. I wonder if we can just drop him around here. Yeah, make sure the tree's kind of, and if I go rough and I think what we're thinking of doing, yeah, see, I like this. This is giving a bit more of an alien land. We can do some uplighting. We can possibly do some lava, but I think we're going to save the lava. But I would like to also have this valley here being quite imposing. So let's see. Let's go pull, increase the size, and increase the size right up. Increase the intensity right up. And at the start, let's just make ourselves a bit of a mountain just on this bit here. And let's make it a bit imposing, and we definitely want it overhanging at the moment. So a little bit bulbous, quite imposing, and overhanging. And then if I can go to roughen it up a bit. Move the intensity around so it just sort of adjusts the effects. Move it right back up. This will kind of pull it out as well, give it some. And these interesting bits that you pull out, you don't really see those until you change the angle. So I think this is nice. Maybe a couple of lone pines sitting out there as well. But I like that the boat will now go down here and around there. Bit of a head chopping moment maybe. Let's see if we can just roughen it up a tiny bit more. Yeah, I think that's cool. So I think that works quite nicely. There's a bit of a stony section. I mean, it's looking a bit circular at the moment. We might be able to put some water running down it. Could be quite cool. I think the idea as well is that we don't want them to really see into this side of the park. So I'm actually going to just increase it just here. And so it doesn't look as circular. I'm just going to try and see if we can't make it so it does kind of angle up. It gets bigger as you go across there. Hopefully give it a bit more of a natural shape. Shall we try that? Yeah, let's try this one. Yeah, and again, this is growing. These things are growing as we keep our hands on them, and I don't mind that. Yeah. Yeah, see, that's kind of good. I think that's, the more I'm playing with that, I think it's quite good. Now the boat's really going around a bend here. Let's just see how this boat gets around it and see if he has enough room. Try and see if we can follow him a bit. Yeah, he goes quite close to that. Oh, I've got to watch the chimney on top of the boat too. So he does get through there at the moment. But let's see how he goes for the rest of it. Yeah. So at the moment, yeah, he kind of works. Ooh, there we go. Yeah, even that steam hanging on the top of that rock is cool. The other boat's going into the cove. I think that's kind of working nicely. Let's see. Yeah, the other boat's not clipping it. I might check on that in a minute. And this guy is making a nice wide turn to get around here. And of course they'll be looking at and on. Oh, the light comes on the boat too. How nice. Oh, that's good. I think that's really good. We're not chopping. It doesn't look like we're chopping. There's no head chopping moment there. Let's come back out. Oop. Oh, controls of the camera, Shane. Yeah, okay, that's quite good. And yeah, and so obviously on the right there, you'd have the guest looking at the entrance island, and that's where we're going to get into a bit of temple building and stuff. So, opportunity for a waterfall there, cascading down and getting into here, almost to the point where it looks like they're going to go through the waterfall. These are items these are options that I want to do. Yeah, I think some sort of waterfall falling down here would be really cool. Okay, but we're getting the idea, and might just see if I can paint the terrain as well. So, and we want it to be painted as, let me just try this darker green. Yeah, I don't mind the idea that it's still super lush and green. It's a bit, it's a bit dark, it's a bit sort of, it's a little bit kind of, King Kong, very foreign at the moment. But I still want to give the idea that we're not in the Lost World just yet. We're getting there. All right. So I think that's cool. Yeah. I think we're starting to get a bit of something happening there. Let's now. I think what we'll do now is we'll start working on the next section of the boat ride. So the boat ride has come down here. Again, guys, if anyone's got ideas on tutorials for waterfalls or any ideas for waterfalls, if you pop it in the comments for me, that would be super. I'd really appreciate that. And if you've got video suggestions on waterfalls as well, that'd be great. I have been doing a bit of the research, like I said, but some help would be appreciated. Okay, I think what we'll do here is, we need a massive terrain change here. And we are going to, where's that path go to? Yeah, the path's fine. If we go pull, and we'll go intensity and size right up. And we're now going to see if we can get him into a bit of a tunnel. Just for this section. Just a little tunnel. Doesn't have to be massive, but let's see if we can't get them into a tunnel. And nothing to say we can't use this hill for a mine train later. We could almost do a mine train going in and out of this hill or basing itself at the top of it. But I like the idea that they get into a bit of a tunnel here. Let's see here. Quite a dark tunnel as well. Roughen. Rock in the water, yeah. Just before you go into the tunnel, a little bit looking up and still seeing on the left-hand side the existing world. Yeah, let's see how it comes out the other side of the tunnel. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I think that's nice. Might put some lights inside that tunnel as well. In fact, let's see if we can't place. Wonder if a boat's going to come through here and show me where I am. But in the meantime, let's go to scenery and go to lighting, props. What am I looking at? Lights. Wrapped cloth torch. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, that is cool actually. I like that. Do we want them sticking out of rocks? We kind of want them hanging out of the... That looks silly. That looks very silly. We need them somewhere that makes sense. Okay, we can't do that. Let's go here. So we seem to be under the water. Let's go up a bit. Go here. And if I go up a bit. Oh man. Alright, what we need here then is, before we do that, We need terrain, and we need to pull up the terrain really small amounts. We need to pop some rocks. They won't let us do it because of the ride. Okay, even better. Let's do this. Let's go into scenery, and we'll want natural stuff. Oh, hang on, building. Scenery. What am I doing? Nature, and we'll look at the rocks. Let's get some of these nice dark rocks, I think. Let's just have rocks showing. Okay, what do we got there? Ice rocks. These tropical rocks look like they are going to be... Oh yeah, look, they're almost the same colour as our lovely walls. So that's kind of good. Let's just see if that kind of works. Let me just pop a few of these in actually. Nope. Ooh, that one's lovely. It just misses it. Okay, well that's good. So what I'm going to do here is now go back to scenery. I'm in scenery. Go back to lights, props, lights. Grab that torch again, and we're going to sink that torch in here. So let me just go there, and I want this red to rotate it so it's a bit more vertical. Get that angle snap off just while we tinker. Yeah, that's good. I'm happy with that. You know, it takes me a while, but I get there. I do get there. Painfully slow to watch, guys. I'm going to get into time lapses. Just getting into a bit of research on it now. Don't worry, I'm absolutely going to be doing time lapses because it will drive people absolutely spare. Right, and as it turns out, those rocks are at the entrance. Sorry, the exits of the tunnel. Okay, no worries. What we're going to do is copy that, duplicate, and go into the tunnel and place, and then go to scenery and pop in here. Actually, I'm just going to do this for now. We're going to pop that there so I can see what I'm doing. Going to pop that there so I can see what I'm doing. And this one here, I'm going to go X and drop him down right in there. Yep. Sorry, X again. And he's going to be right there. And this one, I'm going to go advanced move. And he's going to be... actually, what is he going to be? He's going to be complete move, is he? Yeah. And it's going to be here. Yep, that's good. Nice and close to the water. Go X, X. Stand him up. And I'm going to try and get this one synced in by the time that boat gets in, because that could be nice. And that's set. This one is deleting, so it's a bit darker. Alright, boat comes around the corner, and hopefully doesn't hit that rock. So this is not bad. I mean, the boats have... come on. What have you done there? He's done it again. He's done it again. The boats have the lights on them, but I kind of just don't mind the idea that... actually, you know what? Let's go and find another boat and follow it through. We'll be a passenger on a boat for a minute. There should be one coming in here if I know my spacing. Yeah. So let's go right camera, and we want seat view. Cinematic. Yeah, that's not too bad. Let's fast forward the game, shall we? Okay, so he's about to go in. And come on, don't lose him, Shane. Yeah, there he goes. He's heading towards it. So that's pretty good timing. Okay, let's follow him along. So, boat is about to go into the tunnel. See, I would like to have seen the flaming torch light up the tunnel from when it gets pretty dark. So, I think I will try and move or duplicate that torch so he's a bit closer to the tunnel entrance. Oh no, the boat lights have gone on now. Maybe the torch won't even make a difference. Well, at least there's a few. Oh, that's not bad actually. I don't mind that. Bit Pirates of the Caribbean, but you know that's fine. Yeah, at least there's people riding the boat too. Yeah, and there's two of them, two torches, which is pretty good. Not convinced we need that torch at the exit there, but that's not too bad. And then it opens up into the big world. At the moment, just goes back and lets the people off, but we're going to do something about that, don't you worry. Cool. Okay, so we're getting something for people to see at this point. And now, oh heck, let's just go and put another waterfall in. Why not? Let's see what we can do with waterfalls. See if we can completely stuff up this waterfall on this side to the point where it's as bad as that one. I think I know what the issue is with that one. I've had a couple of ideas. Actually, no, yep, we'll put a waterfall in just here. So, so we said in this crevice here. So I think what we might do is, I wonder if that might be a little bit I wonder if that might be a little bit difficult for me to do actually. I'm getting shy about doing that. I'm going to leave it just for the moment because I know it'll happen. I'll spend all this time on camera trying to do it and I'll bollocks it. And it'll be a load of old toss and I won't be happy with it. So in the meantime, let me see if I can try some adjustments to this one. So I've got a few ideas here. So at the moment we hate I seem to hate this bit. So you've got the water falling there, but we've got this bit that we hate, this middle section. So I think if we can put some rocks, so scenery and nature and rocks, yeah. And let me see what sort of rocks I'm happy with. Alpine. Let's try an alpine large just to see. You know, yeah. See that sort of rock I think is a good kind of rock to have here, because he just seems to what do we got there? Larges. These ones just seem to, try that again, actually click it this time. So these ones actually have that sort of rock colour that goes with the back of this wall. So if I can actually put a few of these in here, I think the idea is to break this section up with rocks and try and stick a few rocks so they're sort of poking through as well. Let me see here. Oh, he's duplicated in that spot because I had the x-axis showing. So that's good. And that one's showing through just a little bit much. But yeah, if I could just get some rock activity happening here, I think that'll... Okay, kind of just put a few rocks around and see then if we can just get a bit of a thing happening. This would be a good one to do in a time lapse, Shane. Alright, continually spinning. Don't use the same rock all the time, Shane. What we got there? Put these guys in to there. Actually, I don't know if he's any good there. Yeah, the water is falling around it. I wonder if I can just spin it. Yeah, you know what? That's looking a bit more natural now. Ooh, that is starting to kick off nicely. So actually, I might just continue here. So we've got a few... What we'll try and do is get some rocks. Get some rocks happening. Right across the crest of the waterfall. or at least down the sides of it. Let's move that first one we had. Hang on, I got the x-axis of the previous rock showing. Yeah, that's kind of good. We don't want it to be the same as that one on the top left, but that's better. And if I drop him in a little bit, he'll start to change a bit. And he's in there. Hang on. What do you got there? Moving him about, ooh, the other side of it. That's nice. All right, so my idea, or not my idea, but some ideas that I've seen people doing is just to have a few rocks on either side of the waterfall, and that will help to give the idea that it's a bit more of a natural ledge. We might actually just start to play with a bit more water as well. So if I go special effects and I go to, what do you got there? Pyrotechnics, water, and we want waterfall, fountain splash, waterfall splash line. Oh, not there. Waterfall splash line 8 meters. What is that? Is that a stop-start effect? So I want OC green, is it? Yeah, green. Let's see the water falling. So he's upside down at the moment. What about that? Yeah. When's the water going to start falling forwards? He's facing backwards. He's directly backwards. Actually, if I can take that one off. Waterfall pouring large. Oh man, might just go over to some flat ground over here and see if we can't pop a few of these down and have a look at them. We got there. Line to surface. Maybe take that off. So that was that one. We do want to align to surface because we want them to align to that wall. So if I can go here and be a bit more sort of like it's... yes, what about there? No, it's just going to cover that, isn't it? What about if I go here? Hang on. I can just pop him in here and then really get in and have a look. And he starts falling, and he should fall a fair way. Yeah. And let me see, is it doing the... I think that's pretty good. He seems to be falling in all the right ways. And now he's showing a few of those little spikes. So now we just have to knock it back into the wall a bit. He's still hidden. And there, yeah. So I think with our waterfalls, we just need to put a few different elements in. Man. Top splash huge. So we just try putting one here and we'll see how that goes. It's just the splash, isn't it? So if that's just the splash, he needs to go either at the top or the bottom. I think the splashes are where I'm running into trouble. So if I go to the midsections, how's he looking? The midsections give us this nice pouring. It's this bit here, this lovely pouring that we want. It's this bit here that we don't like, and this bit's too high. So if I can just put that there, XX, and tilt him, and we'll find out. So at the moment he's getting a bit of the... See, that is giving us nice pouring and no bits of the stalagmite, just nice pouring. So all right, so what we'll do is we will go X, raise him, he's back into the wall, so that's kind of good. Ooh, already I think that is looking better. And that's him down below. So that's already making the bottom of the waterfall broader. And if I move him here, it stays there, and there's another one just spinning off a bit. And if I can come up here and bring him up, we might be able to do enough around that midsection that it starts to fill out the waterfall, make it a lot thicker, and so you get less of those midsection splashes. That is looking really good. So I'm compounding it. Maybe I'm just covering up my errors from earlier, but either way, I kind of don't mind. Yeah, it's good. And I suppose these white splash sections here would be the water coming over the top and hitting a crest of rocks. So it kind of works. I like it. We'll now want to continue it a long way down so it really fills out the bottom of the waterfall, but without seeing it. So we need to drop him back. Oh man, drop him back so he's a shadow. And what we'll have to do in a minute is go and delete that one that's on show. Let's fill him out a bit. And is the shape of our... Yeah, the shape of our terraforming there. So remember, that was the special effects waterfall pouring midsection. Okay, so we like the midsection. The midsection seems to be nice and easy to use. Deleting that one there. And now if I go to terrain and I can push away some of this, I should be able to... Yeah, I got some rocks there. Oh, floating rock. That's good. I like that, because what we want here is a nice splash happening down there. And again, this section here should be... Ooh. I wonder if I can... Ooh, actually, you know what might be good? Is if I can roughen this up and make it a little bit scary like the other side. That could be kind of nice. Kind of works. Okay, so let's now go back to special effects, get that waterfall which was midsection, and he's right in there. Let's see if we can't go X, and we want him to... Let's get it doing its correct water thing first, and then we'll put him where we want it. What do we have? Oh, actually, let's bring him away from here. Yeah. And it was there, so we're now looking at the red spin, and we want him falling forward, falling out, falling forward, but with no... That's better, falling forward, but with no stalagmites showing. How's that? Yeah, that's kind of good. That's kind of falling forward enough, splashing out a bit. Okay, so if I go here, I should be able to pop him back into the wall. Oh, hang on, what are we doing there? Yeah, pop him back into the wall. He's at a very funny angle indeed. Is he? He's kind of... Oh, he's still on show. Yeah. So what I seem to be doing is getting a bit of a fluke happening, and then when I'm trying to repeat something, it's not quite working out. Come on, Shano. Well, that does look better than it did. I noticed the lake has disappeared. So let's just see if we can pop that back in. We'll probably end this video shortly. So we've done some terraforming on the other side. We fixed our waterfall a little bit. We're definitely going to hit the food and beverage section next time, and then continue on, start looking at what we want the boarding station for this boat ride to look at as well. So let me just fix that water just before we go. Calm water, and we want it in here as tall as we can get it. What do we got there? Yep, so where's the tallest blue? Is there. Can't go any taller. Wish we could go a little bit taller. This might be one of those things where it's you never see up here, or we just might have to put a whole lot of rocks and plants in. But yeah, we shall see. What is this? What is this waterfall doing? Green, drop him back, so he's got to be in shadow. It's not bad. Let me see if we can duplicate him. He might be one of our good sort of well hidden ones. There, he's definitely still showing. If we bring him up a bit, is he gonna... Yeah, he's splashing water again in a new spot, which is nice. I wouldn't mind seeing if I can get a bit more of this happening down the bottom, but I realise down the bottom we also need a nice big splash zone into the water. Yeah. Okay. So he's sitting out. Yeah, he's sitting well out. Pop him back in there. Is he doing anything? Is he giving us anything of value? Probably not. Let's pop him right out towards there. That's not bad because he's creating a bit of splash down the bottom and he's in shadow. Move him across. He's still in shadow. And again, here, up. He's back in shadow. So yeah, thank you for joining us on this 5th episode of the Stitch Up Adventure in Planet Coaster, specifically the Adventure Pack. I know it's slow going, and I really appreciate those who are watching and my subscribers, and those who are even commenting as well. That's really appreciated. I think we got somewhere with the waterfall today. I'm trying not to do too much in between episodes, a little bit of tinkering. I am going to tinker with this wall and the rocks, so you don't have to sit there and watch me painfully put some rocks on the top of the wall. But again, I intend to let everyone know what I've done in between videos, and I'm researching some time-lapse activity, so I can maybe do some time-lapse with some commentary over the top of it, because I know that's how we're meant to do these things. But maybe this is just one series that people will come back and watch when I've got a bit more of a following. Thanks for watching. I've got another channel started with Airport CEO. The first episode, 2 episodes of that, the first episode's up and the second episode's about to go up. So have a look at Airport CEO. That's also a nice fun series. And thanks for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye.